Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am live from Austin in the snow and ice right now, which is crazy. Kind of been locked down for the last few days with we've gotten a ton of snow and ice here, which is very odd for us. But anyways, we're going to do a pack opening here. We're going to open some Cool Cat Pack. I'm just going to post a quick note that I'm live here. Live now. So we can see if there's anybody else that wants to join the live stream. And cool. Let's, you know what? I'm going to post it to Discord as well, in case anybody wants to watch. And let's see here. Go ahead, post. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to post to Discord just to see if anybody wants to watch from there as well. All right. Cool. All right. Well, if you guys want to get in, I'm probably going to give some moments away in a little bit. So I've got probably some, maybe we'll buy something. I don't even know. But we'll take a poll on what people are interested in. But if you're interested in getting a moment or from Topshot or whatever, go ahead and post your Topshot username in the chat, and we'll do like a drawing or something like that here in a little bit to see who wants to or who wants to get the free moments. Maybe I'll do one or two of those and just send those to you guys live. But we're gonna go ahead and do a opening. Hey, what's up, Samuel? If you don't have a Topshot username and want to join, let me know just that you want to participate and that you're going to set up an account or whatever, and I'll send you the moment after you join and you tell me what your username is. But yeah, the drawing. Let's see here, Samuel. What's the drawing for? It's for a Topshot moment. You know nothing about Topshot. That's cool. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about it, Bobby. Know nothing about it, right? So before we open the pack, let me do a quick kind of just like a overview on Topshot, just to give you guys kind of a heads up on just what's going on here. This market is exploding. I want to show you something really quick here. There's a this is one of the ways we monitor the marketplace right here on what's going on in the crypto space. So Topshot, NBATopshot, licensed by the NBA, is currently just blowing up right now. It's built on the Flow blockchain. And if you don't know really anything about blockchain, it's okay, it's fine. Like the website itself really doesn't have anything to do with the blockchain. But the idea of these NFTs, which are called, technically they are, NFT stands for non-fungible token. Basically, it's a digital asset that exists on a blockchain. So it's kind of minted and it exists and it's permanent and can't ever be changed once it's part of the blockchain. So that's the kind of technical aspect of it. But what's really cool is really what they built on top of this, just the whole experience and the fact that it's part of NBA, and that you can get these digital assets that are kind of forever kind of minted in in a unique way, and own them and trade them. And it's like collecting cards, except it's like, in my opinion, way better, because it's much more liquid, much easier to kind of like move the assets around if you want to sell them, if you want to collect them, if you want to put together showcases of them or whatever. It's pretty cool. So let me show you what's happened today and just what the market is doing right now. It's just insane. This is today's sale volume, $9.4 million. How did you get more packs? I only got one pack. Yeah. So unfortunately, the packs have been in huge. There's typically sell out instantly as soon as they come out. And so this Cool Cat pack was from the last pack drop that they did. It's $14, and like you can't you. I mean, the reason why they sell out so fast is because you literally cannot lose money on these things. It's $14, and the least expensive Cool Cat. Let's just go look. Active challenges. A new tab here. Look at the challenges here. Oh crap! Transactions are disabled for maintenance. Oh, we may not even be able to open this. Let's see. Oh no! All right. Well, hopefully we get lucky and they actually come back while we're on. But I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about what's going on here, so you can kind of get involved. I'm missing. I still don't have Barton. I'm waiting for him to come down. Anyway, so let's take a look at what's required for this Cool Cat challenge. But the least expensive of the Cool Cats that you'll get in one of these packs right now is selling for $139, cousins. So you're going to spend $14 on a pack, and you're going to get at least $139 worth of value out of it. Yeah, of course it's going to sell out instantly, right? So that's one of the issues that they're dealing with. They dropped 50,000 of these things, and they were all accounted for in the first, with everybody who was there for the drop, and then they actually had probably another 10,000 or so people at least that didn't get packs, because I think there was at least 60,000, if not more, people waiting in the queue trying to get a pack. So everybody got through once. I don't know if I'm not sure if anybody got through twice or not, but occasionally, if there's not quite that many, you can sometimes get through 2 times. But yeah, there's no packs to buy, unfortunately. No. Yes, Min Cool Cat is $100. Yeah, at least 150 now, almost. There were like 5 people who got 2 packs. Yeah, there weren't very many. You'd have to probably be at the front of the line, get your pack, and then jump in immediately again to get 2, I think, in this particular case. And then you're still hoping that a bunch of people like fail in front of you, which that unfortunately is still a problem. They're still having some technical glitches and stuff like that. Right now, as you can see, the site's under maintenance, and it's been up and down the last couple days, really. So they're definitely working through some technical difficulties on the site, growing pains and whatnot. So they are still in beta, as you can see at the top here left, and they do lean on that quite a bit. But I don't think they expected it to blow up quite as fast and big as it has gotten so far. But anyways, I diverge. So let's talk about the Cool Cats packs and just the state of the market in general. So $9.5 million today, in general. Like, this is the highest day that's been ever so far, and you can kind of see the trend here. how many sellers and buyers. Like there's a lot of buyers and stuff. And if we look at, let me see if we can see what this total volume has been for all time here. I mean, this just started really in January, exploding like it has. So here's all time crypto markets, 89 million so far transacted on their platform. So quite a bit of action, and it's really just getting going. Like they really haven't done hardly anything in the way of marketing, or there's a lot of talk right now. A lot of people are talking and tweeting about it and stuff like that. But mainly it's all third party people that are just interested in the space, and Mark Cuban and folks like that are tweeting it up, and so they're getting a lot of traction that way. But so the way that this works is, yes, ideally it's you get a pack, open it, and then you have some moments to play with out of the pack, and hopefully you get lucky and you score a really valuable moment. So but occasionally you don't, and you get some junk moments and stuff like that, and we'll see what I get. Hopefully if maintenance turns off here, we can open this pack and we'll see what I get. Otherwise we may have to postpone the opening till later when the marketplace comes back online. But the this is where everything ends up when you're don't want to sell it, or I'm sorry, when you want to sell it, you put it on the marketplace, and then if you want to collect or whatever, you can keep it in your inventory. And I'll just show you a few of the ones that I've got in here. I've got a few that I'm speculating on here, and we can talk about some strategies and kind of like trends on what's happening in the marketplace and why I'm collecting certain ones. And you can see I have all of the Cool Cats. Actually, I have 2 sets of the particular challenge Cool Cats that I purchased from the marketplace already to complete the challenge. So I don't actually need the Cool Cat that's in this pack to complete the challenge. I'll probably just sell it. But I wanted to see, and I got all of these at like around $100 or sub $100 price when they hit the market right after the packs drop. So that's typically the best time to buy moments is right after a pack drop hits, because a lot of people who want to just cash out quickly will drop all their moments on the marketplace, and they just, what will happen is, like, let's say I want to sell Julius Randle here. I can't show you because you have to place it for sale here, but when you go to place something for sale, there'll be like a little thing that says help me price this, and it shows you let me see if I can see what it would show you, something like this, and you probably go, okay, let me see what the lowest asking price is. So it's $150, and you'd be like, okay, I'll put mine at $149, right? And so everybody's doing this, right? And so they're all one-upping each other, or cutting $1, cutting each other down, and it just drop, goes down really fast because everybody's trying to get rid of their moment as quickly as possible for some reason, rather than holding on to it and waiting a day or two and getting twice the amount for it. But anyway, so that right after a drop hits, that's typically the best time to try to buy. Now it's really hard to, because there's a lot of people out there doing the exact same thing, and so you'll say, oh, okay, go buy for this amount, and it won't go through because 100 or 1,000 other, however many other people are trying to get that exact same moment at the exact same time, and it's whoever hits the button first, right? So so there's a lot of let me see, I thought I heard something about money withdrawal. Yeah, I'll actually touch on some of these, like rumors and stuff like that. Yeah, so a few things about getting your money out of Topshot. There is a bit of a process right now in order to do a withdrawal. You have you have to, number one, go through KYC, which is know your customer. It's basically an identity check where you have to like upload an image of your driver's license or passport. And it takes like a photo of you with your camera, either from your phone or your computer, and they just validate like you are who you say you are, and you're a real person that has an ID that's reflected and so forth. Anyways, you go through that check. Typically, that's pretty much immediate validation. I think that they've had some issues where they have to do manual verifications. Mine, after I actually stopped going through, trying to go through Safari, which I was having a big problem using Safari to do that, and I figured out, it's Safari was the problem. From my computer, I'm sorry, was it Safari? I can't remember. It was either Safari or Chrome. But anyways, I was having a problem with it going through, and then I just tried it from my phone, and it worked, the first time through. So, so that's the first step, is when you have to go through that, and they'll make you go through that if you transact, I think, over, I don't know, $1,000 or $2,000 worth of transactions on the platform. They'll force you through a KYC. And then once you've gone through that identity check, you can request to withdraw money. And what you'll see is, let me see if it'll show me here. All my money's tied up right now in Moments, so I don't have very much left in my balance. But you'll get this. We thank you for your patience while we enable withdrawals for your account. You'll receive this access after passing review. On our end, no further actions necessary. This process can take up to 30 days. Some people have said it can take longer than that. So I don't know the details. I know that supposedly this is what they've told us, that somewhere between 5,000 to 8,000 people have already have access to withdrawals. So I'm waiting for my ability right now, but I just requested this a week ago. So we'll see, I guess, in the next couple of weeks if I get the ability to withdraw, because I'm definitely going to be interested in taking some of my money out of here once I can, because I have quite a bit tied up in my collection. Let's see what Evaluate Market will say on my collection. This is actually a really cool tool. There's a guy that builds this that I've been chatting with and stuff like that, and he has put a lot of time and energy into this, and it's really a pretty awesome tool. You can go and you can look up a particular player, like let's say LeBron James, particular moment you're interested in, and let's look at the dunk moment, base set dunk moment for Series 2. This thing's been exploding. Look at this trajectory here over the last couple days. Let's zoom in. This is really look at this. This is LeBron. I actually sold, unfortunately, I sold LeBron at like, oh wait, this is his dunk moment. So anyways, yeah. So I think I sold like around $400 or something like that, for something, and bought him at like 250 and sold him around 450, and he's at an average of 850 or something like that right now. Yeah, crazy. So this is kind of cool. This tracks all of the recent sales, but you can also go here and you can look up your account value, which is kind of cool as well. Look, let's see what I said. Okay, so it's gone up like $4,000 since earlier today, which is crazy. And it's probably all due to the Luka, I'm guessing, because I've got one guy that's worth like $4,700, which is ridiculous. I don't know, the sort's not working there very well. But this is kind of cool, so you can see this. What this shows you here is what the lowest selling price is in the market for each one of the moments that you have in your collection. So lots of little cool tools like this that are like third-party tools that people have built that are real helpful. So yeah, Josh Hart, yeah, I saw in the Discord chat right now. Yeah. I saw his tweet earlier. Let's see here. I'm just looking at some of the comments from folks. Better not. You better not have been pumping the Stanleys. I'm not pumping anything. I bought those before before the Cool Cat packs dropped. As soon as I saw like the guys that were required, I bought all of these guys, and I've already sold off almost all of them. Unfortunately, I sold off all my Will Bartons, thinking that his price was going to drop right before the or right after the drop hit, and he just kept steadily climbing. He was at like 30 something before the drop hit, and now he's he's like it's not even right. 72 is not even right. You can't even get him for 72. He's like 80 something. I don't know, maybe that is right, but it's way too high for Will Barton. But hopefully he'll come back down towards the end of this challenge. When people need to get rid of him. Anyway, so what you're going to do here is ideally, yes, get packs, open those if you can. Yeah, doing some of these challenges is pretty cool because you can get some cool rewards. Like for instance, the this particular Cool Cats challenge. Oh, I'm sorry. Where's the challenges? Active challenges. Is going to be Anthony Davis, right? I think, yeah, Anthony Davis. So this is the reward you're going to get. You know, these moments are pretty cool. Like I like watching these moments. And anyway, so you see right here, circulating count. They haven't minted this yet. Okay, so they'll wait until everybody who's doing this challenge completes the challenge. And the way to complete the challenge is to have all of these guys in your collection. And you can see I don't have Will right now. I need to go buy him, but have them in your collection when this timer expires at the end of 10 days and 22 hours and so forth. So there's several other challenges going on, which I'm not doing any of these. There's no way I'm doing hollow. These are all legendary guys that are, you have to have 9 legendaries. Jesus. Like you want to see what some of these are going for? 2 grand, 5 grand, 2, 34, 8, 9, 32, 23. I bought this pack. I bought the pack, and who did I get? I got was one of these guys. I can't remember who it was. Drummond, I think. Yeah, and I sold them for like 1,700. So probably should have held on to them a little bit longer. But the legendary packs were $1,000 though, pretty expensive. But as you can see, they still paid off. Like, plus you got 3 rares and 6 commons in the legendary packs. I had to buy that legendary pack from somebody who got it because I didn't get in the queue for that one. They actually had some kind of technical glitch that let a bunch of people bypass the queue completely, which they fixed since then, but still was pretty disappointing at the time. But anyway, somebody that I knew got it, and I bought it from them off market, and got all the guys for it. But anyways, that's how the challenges work. So they can be pretty fun. You can get these unique guys, and the way that this will work is they'll mint so many of these based off of whoever finishes this challenge, right? And so let's say, you know, like the most that people that are going to complete this challenge, it's never going to be the most, because this edition, right, the most that they mint of this particular, of any of the Cool Cats in this challenge is 10,000. In the last challenge, it was 5,000, right? And out of 5,000, 34 roughly 3,400 people completed the challenge, which is a lot, like whatever that is, 70%, something like 65% or something like that. And so I don't know how many people will actually complete this challenge, but let's say it's 6,000 to 7,000 people will complete this challenge, and then so they'll mint that many of Anthony Davis, right? And so his edition size will be some unique number of 6,000 to 7,000. Here, that's a good question here. Where does the actual value of these moments come from? Just the demand? Yeah. So really, just like trading cards, or just like any kind of collectible, really, that's doesn't have some kind of intrinsic value like gold medallions or something like that, right? Like it comes from what people value it at, right? Bitcoin's kind of the same way, right? Like it has a demand that's created by the public, right? What people value it at or put it at. And so this has a demand that's being right now generated based off of, one, interest, because it's attached to something that people are interested in, the concept of being a token on the blockchain, something that's very trendy right now. So there's that aspect to it. The idea that it's a kind of new form of collectible, that's interesting to a lot of people, and the fact that the NBA is a licensed provider of it, or a licensee of this for Topshot. So there's some legitimacy to the fact that of what's kind of behind them in this. And I think we'll see more coming out of that. I know they already have a deal with the UFC that they're working on getting out, and I'm hoping to see the NFL at some point. I know that they're in talks with them, or at least that's what the rumors are. So I think that'll be really cool when that happens. So yeah, this is another good question. Do you own the rights to the moment or something like that? No, you don't actually own the rights to republish, or I mean, you can actually, if you read their documentation, you can put this moment, the video of this and the imagery that goes on. They grant you the right to put this on your own site or whatever, use it for your own sake of like, hey, I own this and da 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 da. But you don't own the actual like video itself. Like you couldn't go off and sell copies of it, for instance, or something like that. So yeah, let's see. Do you think Topshot is here to stay? What I think is that yeah, I think it's here to stay. I think it's definitely so. I guess I'll tell you a little story. Since we can't open any packs and we can't buy any moments right now, which is kind of a bummer. But I'll tell you a little story. So I was part of an early NFT market called CryptoKitties back in 2017. It was probably one of the first, if not the first, kind of really successful marketplaces and NFT kind of like uses of what they call smart contracts on a blockchain, which is basically the underlying technology that allows you to create these tokens and mint them and trade them and have value associated to them and all this other stuff, and have ownership of them associated to like an actual account, right? The nice thing that Topshot does that CryptoKitties didn't is they obscure the blockchain aspect of it, right? You don't have to worry about getting Ethereum, Ether, or whatever, or Bitcoins or whatever to buy the stuff, or to like have a wallet that is a digital cryptocurrency wallet or something like through Coinbase or something like that, right? They have their own, which is part of this they call Dapper and stuff like that. And you just get it, You sign up. It's just super easy and stuff like that. This whole thing right here, this Dapper Balance deal. This is your digital. This is your wallet essentially that holds all your both your money and your all of your tokens and or all of your moments essentially is what you own. But you're not necessarily tied to this platform. You could take these tokens elsewhere, right? So there's this idea that these things are portable. They can exist outside of this. The one aspect that you don't get with it is a lot of the assets, like the imagery assets and the video and stuff like that, are really stuff that is hosted by this company right now. Like, yeah, I guess you could take them and host them somewhere else and stuff like that. But yeah, I kind of diverged there a bit because the value in this is the simplicity of the marketplace and the site that they've got set up, and that the fact that you don't really have to know anything about cryptocurrency or anything like that to get involved with NBA Top Shot. Back in the day when you did this CryptoKitties thing, when I was doing this thing, you had to actually like understand a bit about like Ethereum and the fact that there was like the cost of paying what was called gas at the, to transact and stuff like that. And now they've had to actually come up with technical workarounds and stuff. I haven't been involved in years in that platform, but they had to come up with all these workarounds to get around the fact that it was more expensive to transact because you had pay this amount in gas that was more than the asset was worth. So but the one thing I did learn from that whole experience was people who were involved early or got in early benefited the most, right? Just like a lot of these things, right now is the time to get involved while this thing is taking off. So some strategies here, while it's still affordable to some extent, if you are going to get involved, I highly suggest going to the marketplace, so there's two series, right? 2019 to 2020 season. Series basically counts the seasons in this platform. So this was last season, and this is this season NBA. So if you go back to 2019, 2020 season, you can filter the marketplace by that, and we're going to get a bunch of scrubs here at the bottom, but these are still relatively affordable to get involved early on. Now, I don't know that I'd recommend buying some of these like scrubs unless you just like that team or like that player or whatever, but you can still let's see here, get some pretty good values. But yeah, it's like going to be like just to get into season one, which I think is long term. If you're holding long term, I think the value is going to be in owning rookies, just like in trading cards, rookies, the first season stuff for a lot of these players, or the first moment that Topshot introduces a new player, right? Like they may not introduce a new player. Well, obviously rookies won't be introduced until the year that they're a rookie, but so like for instance, like you can't get a Anthony Edwards or whatever for last year, right? So we have to go. We went in. Oh my God, is he really that much? I pulled this guy from a pack, a common pack. This in a $9 common pack. This is a drop that you can get, right? You can get a Mellow. You could get. I mean, there's a bunch of guys you can get. You want to see what he's going for? It's crazy. He's blowing up the last 2 days. Probably going to be, well, definitely he's kind of running away with the rookie of the year, but yeah, $2,000 right now. He was selling a week ago. He was selling for $400 to $500, which is still the most of any of the rookies in season 2. So, but yeah, Edwards. I pulled Edwards from a pack, and it was a $9 common pack. Pulled him at the time. He was worth, I think, 190. I may actually have to. I may want to sell him pretty soon. We'll see. If he hits 1,000, I'll probably sell him. So yeah, I mean, just you can get lucky with some of this stuff. You can, you can just make good trades and stuff like that. Like the one thing I've been doing is focusing on rookies, buying up as many rookies as I can. Well, at least good rookies, like decent rookies, and looking for the first moment that like a player is introduced on Topshot. I think that those have values. They're kind of like their rookie moment. If they weren't a rookie this year or last year, like their first moment is kind of like that in some regards. So that's not something that's necessarily like new, though. I think it's starting to become much more well known, at least within the industry to some extent. It may adjust because we're going to get a whole huge influx of new people that aren't going to realize all of those intricacies right out of the gate, and they're just going to be like, oh, okay, I want a LeBron, or I want a Giannis, or whatever. And yeah, let's see, LeBron. Oh my God, see, like he was LeBron. Yesterday was at 200. The day before he was at 100. So, like for his common, this is his common. This is still in circulation right now. So, what this means is 15,000 plus circulating count, which means right now, unless they cut this off at 15,000 and make him a limited edition 15,000, which they might do. We don't know when they're just about to do that. That's the latest speculation thing, is like which are the moments that they're going to cut off at 15,000 and make limited edition, and which are the ones that are going to go to 20,000 or 25,000 or whatever they go up to, right? And they are going to continue to mint more as long as they say circulating count. That means they'll continue to mint them as they release more and more base packs. So these have a lot less value, these circulating counts, than these ones that say limited editions. See, 7,500 limited edition LeBron James, $825. There's never going to be more than 7,500 of this one, right? There's never going to be more than 3,100 of these, or 99 of these, or something, 999 of these, right? So this creates like a rarity, scarcity of that particular moment, and that by itself creates some of the value, right? So you were asking kind of what do you think some of the value is? That's where it's generated from, is this scarcity. Now there's another aspect that I think it's kind of a carryover from the collector card days of like when something gets a serial number, right? There's sort of a desire to have the number one version of it. They've added some additional things, I think, just in the explanation of what should be rare or what should be valued higher in here, and people have just kind of gone with it. I don't know how successful people are at selling successfully higher. I know that number one definitely sells quite a bit higher than everything else, but if we look at, let's see if we can find one. Yeah. All right. So this jersey number thing is something they've created as a thing, right? So why number 23 is better than number 11 because it's his jersey number. I don't know if I believe that or not. I'm not going to pay $250,000 for it. I might spend 5,000 on number 84, or 3,000 on number 1,431. But there is definitely some value, like in in the higher number, the lower numbers, I should say, than the higher numbers, just in the serialization of all of these. Here's another good question. Can you get any card from a pack if you get lucky enough? Yeah. That 2K Lomeo is actually a common card. So yes, you can get that in any pack. Now, it is pretty rare because they only made let's go back and look. Let's see. Yeah, 4,000, right? So still fairly limited actually for season 2. All of the rookies, for the most part, I think, except for maybe a couple like Josh Green and stuff, are 4,000 limited editions. And let's see. Yeah. So, but where am I looking for the rarity here? Base set 4,000 edition, right? So, now a common pack is only going to drop common moments. They're never going to drop rare or legendary moments, right? And so, like a rare moment would be, let's look at who's got a rare that we want to look at. No. Giannis has a ton of moments. Yeah, let's see. Okay, so rare. Here's a rare moment, right? So you can see common, rare. So this is series 1, common. There was still only 1,000 of these. So this common would have dropped in a common pack or in a rare pack, whatever. You can still get commons. This rare will only drop in a rare or legendary pack. And one of the legendaries, like down here, legendary out of 49, this is only going to drop in a legendary pack, right? And you're only going to get one of them in a legendary, but you're guaranteed to get one in a legendary pack of a legendary, and you're guaranteed to get 3 rares in a legendary pack and 6 commons. With a rare pack, I think it's 1 rare and 5 commons or something like that. I don't know. I haven't bought a rare pack before. And with the common packs, you get 3 commons. And then there's some of these special like editions like MVP and the ones that we're doing right now, which are the Cool Cats. You get 5 moments and you get 1 Cool Cat and 4 commons. And the Cool Cats are commons too. So they're all kind of, that's the rank that they're given. So that's part of the the allure of it, right? Like you can get these packs and you can just like hit the jackpot right out of the pack, and so and then the question is like, do you want to hold it? Do you want to see what the value goes? Like if you had sold ball for 2 days ago, 3 days ago, or whatever, you would have sold them for $500 and he's worth 2,000 now. So yeah. I've heard a lot of people say it's the biggest scam. Yeah. A lot of people that don't know anything about it. So you don't own, yeah, so that's fine. I mean, you're here watching, so obviously you're interested to some extent, or you're just here trolling, but yeah, I mean, a lot of people that are out there that are like talking scam about this is just because one, they've blown up so big, and they have had, they've had these a lot of people saying, oh, you can't get your money out and you don't own anything, and it's all of the, it's just fiction, right? It's just digital whatever, right? Like so it's the same thing with really anything digital, right? Like it's value because people put a value on it, right? And so it'll continue to have value while people continue to put value on it, and that value may evaporate one day, and everybody will have a have a fit, just like if the stock market crashes, or just like if Bitcoin drops to 0 one day or whatever, like everybody will like freak out because like, okay, the value just evaporated. But the facts are that like, markets will fluctuate, things will go up, things will go down. Right now, everything's skyrocketing. But yeah, I expect that this, let's see, go back Chop Shot here, right? Let's look at the little scale here. This upward trajectory is going to, it's going to peak out and it's going to drop back down, and there's going to be another trend. Like we just hit a peak. You can barely even see the last peak right here that it was at, wherever it was. I can't remember, like zoom in or whatever on this, but it was like back, I don't know, a few days. It was like a couple weeks ago or something like that. We had hit like 6 million in sales or something. I think it was, yeah, right here, this peak right here, and then it dropped back down. And it was like for a week or 2 weeks, it was like kind of like everything kind of just normalized. It was kind of steady sales and stuff like that. A lot of the values came down on a ton of these cards. And then I just bought. Like I was like, oh, this is great. Like there's a lot of affordable stuff. I bought a bunch of stuff and now it's back up and now it's going up again. Right. And it's going to come back down. Hopefully I come back down at some point. And then, there'll be another influx of people and it'll, go back up. I think it's still going to be up on an upwards trajectory for a while there's a lot of people flooding into this market. They're still like in a very kind of infant stage of this thing. There's only tens of thousands of people right now on the platform. So, this thing could blow up into hundreds or, even millions of people like actually on here, getting involved and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be, continue to be, yeah, yeah, same people say that Bitcoin's a scam, right? Yeah, that's fine. Don't invest. Like, don't get involved. If you feel like it's a scam, don't get involved. You know, I I chat with a bunch of people in Discord and Slack and stuff like that too, and they say a lot of them say the same thing. Yet they are here buying packs, trying to make money because they're like, oh, it's easy money. Blah 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 blah. Big scam though, right? So whatever. Like I don't have time to deal with those kind of people. So um, you know, either you're in it or you're not. Yeah, you like it or you don't like it. I like the fact that it's kind of cool. I like collecting stuff. I like, I collect cards. I got, uh, a bunch of cards and stuff like that. And this is like just a lot easier, and it's a lot more fun. Like there's a lot of excitement around it. I like the aspect that it's, like, yeah, these are videos I can go watch on YouTube or whatever. Like that's not the thing, right? Like I'm not here because I want to watch a video, right? I like the aspect of like being involved in this platform, that what they're doing. I think it's a really interesting, cool way of introducing a very broad audience to this digital token idea and concept. And if you think that NFTs and digital tokens on blockchains is a scam or a thing that you don't own, you don't know anything about the technology. It's you're just being ignorant. So take that ignorance somewhere else. Go on Twitter and talk to everybody else because I've seen all that out there. But um, the fact of the matter is you do own something. It's not very much, right? Like you can go look up the information that you own, the token and what it has in it. It's text, right? Like, but yeah, I mean that's not what you're buying here, right? You're buying you know a a thing that has some kind of um experience built around it, right? And so um the fact that this is something that's attached to NBA and players individually, I think is really cool. I'd love to see them extend this platform even so like you could maybe potentially even have your moment signed by one of the players or something like that. Like that'd be so cool. And I think that they could do that. Like they could actually build that into that technology where it could actually be signed and stay with your moment and be part of that blockchain tokenization and stuff like that. So you should look at the withdrawal restrictions. Yeah, yeah. We already talked about it earlier in the pod, so you may be late, Tony, but yeah, there are withdrawal restrictions that you got to wait to get authorized to withdrawal, and there's like limitations on how much you can take out in a specific time period to prevent international wire fraud and various other fraud, because they are based in Canada. So when you do transact on their platform, it is considered an international transaction. So um, and the fact that they deal with the NBA, they have to actually make sure that they do go through, jump through all these hoops in order to make sure that they're not enabling a lot of credit card fraud and various other problems that are rampant in the blockchain world. So, because you can deposit money into your account using cryptocurrency as one of the payment methods. You can also use a credit card or a debit card. So, but whatever. I don't want to get into too much of the legality of it all. But you know, if you do want to get involved, know some of the limitations in advance. That it's not a thing to jump into and just look for like making a quick $20 and get out kind of thing, because you're going to be disappointed if that's what you're in for. I would say get involved if you're in for kind of like a longer haul, want to make a collection, interested in collecting these things, trading on the platform and stuff like that. And then if that's interesting to you and you want to build a portfolio that has some value over you know, a period of time, and then pull some money out at some point, then great, it's going to work for you fine. But anyways, that's probably enough about all that. Unfortunately, the maintenance has not come back. They have not come out of maintenance since we've been on. So we may not, I don't think, let's go check and see, but I'm pretty sure we're not going to be able to open our pack. Yeah. So, well, let's see if I can gift any moments. Maybe we'll do a giveaway or something like that. What should we give away? I don't know. Let me just see if we can even give anyone away. No. Everything's disabled right now. Let's see if we have an ETA on when they're coming back. Announcements. Well, site status. No ETA on being back up, but we're sorting through things ASAP to get things up and running properly. Well, I'm sure it's going to be right after I end the pod that that they bring things back up. But I'll definitely post another. I'll do another one of these to do the pack opening, and we'll do a drawing or something like that and give away some of the moments just to get you guys started if you're interested in getting started. Let's see. Hey Ray, how's it going? Oh, they already spoke about it. Audio signatures. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Jason, I'll hit you up, man, if once once they bring the marketplace back up and I can actually send gifts and stuff like that. But yeah, just checking to see if I missed any comments here. Well, I guess we could talk about a little bit, if you guys want to hang out for a little bit longer, we can talk about a little bit of strategies on stuff to look for and buy. We can kind of explore the marketplace. Doesn't look like it's completely down, so we can look for stuff that's for sale and what might be a good buy right now. If you're interested in getting into it. Like I mentioned before, the things that are kind of hot right now are rookies and first moments, but they're all going to be pretty expensive, I think. Let's look at just series 2 stuff that is Well, let's just see what the prices are on the rookies here. Let's see. I can look at these usually by the ones that are limited to 7,500, or most of the rookies are 7,500 mint or lower. Let's see here. We'll look. Okay, so that's Allen and Karras aren't rookies. So yeah, starting here, so 7,500. I don't know why the actually hero not any of these. Oh, no, it's not. I'm sorry, it's not 7,500. These aren't the right ones. Heroes in there and everybody's in there. I think it's 4,000. Yeah. Okay. That's unfortunate because like these were quite a bit lower several days ago, but yeah, because yeah, you could get into these for about 60 to 70 bucks, I think, a few days ago. But like I said, they've been really popular, so everybody's buying up the rookies right now. They did announce that they're going to be coming out with rookie badges pretty soon. I don't know if they give a specific date for it, but I know it's on the very near horizon. So there'll be 3 rookie badges that they're giving out. One they give for if the moment was released in the rookie year of whoever the moment is of. If the moment is let's see, if the moment is of it was is dated of the rookie year. So like they could have like some what they call like throwback ones. Like for instance, if they ever released a LeBron James like from his rookie year moment, but they released it in, obviously they released it this year or something like that, right? It wouldn't get the badge for the moment being released in the rookie year, but it would get the rookie badge because the moment is of his rookie year. But so those are 2 badges. Then the third is the what they call the debut moment, which is like whether or not it was their first game of their rookie year. So like, was it their debut game? They get a badge for that. And then I think that the other badge that they've talked about releasing, which is the one that I was telling you about, which is the first moment badge, is when the moment was the first moment of that player to exist on the platform, essentially. So, and some moments, let me bring up an example. Filtering by season 2. Okay, so some moments like here, Karras is in the same moment, right? This is the moment his 3-pointer from December 28th, 2020. Oh no, it's not the same moment. That's an assist from November 1st. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, assist from November 1st and assist from November 1st. These 2 moments right here. This one's a common moment, and then this is the rare moment, but they're the same play, right? From the same game, same play, assist, date, video, whatever matches. But they're they're part of 2 different sets. They're part of the common set and part of the this rare, what they call gold medal set, metallic gold set. So both of these would qualify as this player's first moment that they published on this platform. So that's going to get a particular badge. It's probably going to be worth more because it has that badge, or because it was the first, more likely just because it was the first moment that they released on the platform, right? And that doesn't always correlate to the very first game, like the date of the game that was played. So it's a little tricky. Sometimes it does, most of the time it does, but occasionally they will release a moment that was from a game earlier in the season, and yet it was released later than other games that they had moments for, or something like that. I don't know if that's confusing enough or not, but the valuable one, the one that at least people right now are valuing more than the the ones based off a date, are the ones that were first released by NBA Top Shot. Because you can kind of think of that as everybody's rookie, or at least their first moment on the platform. So um, right now, those are kind of like the like Genesis type moments. Um, so that's interesting if you care about like those kinds of things, to like coming up with ways to kind of value certain things differently. But anyways, if you wanted to get involved in any of these rookies, obviously it's going to be a little pricey for you to jump right into that. So let's not go there. Let's instead take a look at what I was doing actually before um, everything just started going crazy. I was looking at these limited edition moments. So the only limited edition moments for season 2, for series 2, were limited edition to 12,000, right? So this is like this is the last time they cut off cards in season 2. So it was either 12,000, 7,500, 5,000, 4,000, and so forth for the commons, at least. So this was the highest limited editions that existed. So I was kind of like looking through these and seeing like, are there any of these guys that like Melton or Clint or somebody like that I want to invest in, that I feel like their price right now isn't reflective of the fact that like they're in these limited edition sets, and everything that's in the circulating count, right, is going to continue to go up, right? If it's 15,000 now, it's going to be 20,000 or more, right, when they start dropping more packs. Now they are going to cut off some of those 15,000. They are going to cut them off and create some limited editions at the 15,000 mark, which I think is going to make all of those people that they cut off also much more valuable, especially if they're guys that are good, right? Like if they're if they're a LeBron or Anthony Davis or whoever, right? That like Curry or whoever you like, right? Like they're some of the studs. Kevin Durant like only has a few moments on the platform and stuff like that. Like those would be guys that are interesting right now to invest in. I think a lot of people are speculating who they might turn into limited editions for season 2, and which is why there's a lot of kind of uptick in the purchases of those guys right now. So if you want to speculate, go buy some of those guys and speculate on who might or might not. Otherwise, wait and see, and then if they don't, then their prices are going to come back down. But if they do, they're probably going to go up. But right now, you can still get a lot of really good value in these 12,000 limited editions because people are focused everywhere else. Like, and I think that some of these guys are good, good investments. Like I bought a ton of Taco at like $9 and $10 just because I was like, I like him, and I just thought that, like, hey, this is a good value for him, in a limited edition set, and I was just buying him up. And same thing, Sam, I was buying him. Josh Green, I was buying a bunch of him. These two guys because of the fact that they're the only rookies that are in the 12,000 set of limited edition in Series 2. Keldon Johnson, I got a bunch of him that were at like 12, I think 12 to $15 or something like that. And they're going up already, but like I still think that there's some value in some of these now. Don't buy Will Barton because like he's like way overpriced right now for Stanley Johnson's probably overpriced for where like he's at. Like a lot of these guys are overpriced. Tyler Hero was at 30 something dollars, not but yesterday. So people are definitely bidding some of these guys up right now. But I'd say, you know, like if they're guys here that you like, just get them because you like them. I mean, they're in limited edition. They're not going to make more of them. They should continue to go up in value. Giannis, Kawhi. Anyway, you know, like these are still okay prices. But I mean, I think you can get some at the lower end of the spectrum too, and just, you know, hold on to some of these LEs, you know, and we can kind of see what happened with even the like not good players from season 1. They're all like sitting around $20 right now. You know, and they fluctuate. I've seen them go down to about 15 and I've seen them kind of go up to about 25. So kind of bounce between those two depending on what the market's doing. But you know, some of the scrubs, I don't think that there's a whole lot of value in like playing the market on because there's just not a ton of demand for people buying and selling them. So you kind of want to be involved in players that have some, you know, some actual interest to other people, you know, and not just because their price looks attractive. So consider that. But yeah, so let's see here. There was a couple guys that, Jaw's been real hot. How do you know when new packs drop? Yeah, so this is a good question. So they will announce any pack that's a unique pack, rare, legendary drop pack. So like the Cool Cat packs, they announce the rare and legendary packs they'll announce typically at least 8 hours ahead of time, if not a full day ahead of time. And if you're on their email list or follow them in Discord or any of the other channels, Twitter, whatever, you'll see it. Like you should see it, hopefully. But you should be pretty, if you're in the market and doing it, you should be somewhat like checking in daily on it to see how things are going or whatever, unless you're just going to buy and hold and come back in a year and see how things are. But they will announce those. The common pack drops, however, they have stated that they will not announce them. They have been announcing them to some extent because they've been stress testing their platform. So they want to let people know, hey, these packs are dropping. They want to have a big influx of people. So because they're basically testing it to so that they can be prepared for how a normal pack drop would be, like it when they do announce it for like they just did for the Cool Cats. They just dropped 45,000 packs, and they had done up to that point. They had done several stress tests on common pack drops in order to kind of work out a lot of the glitches and kinks and stuff like that. And it still took like 3 hours once they started that thing, which it got delayed, I think, because they had a technical glitch. But then I think it still took like, maybe it wasn't 3 hours, but it was a long time. It was like 2 hours at least to get through all 45,000 people buying packs. So if you were unfortunate enough to get at the end of the line like me, then you sat there with your browser open for 2 hours, waiting for your turn in line. I went and got something to eat and came back, and it was fine. But I know a couple people who missed their turn or whatever because they were distracted in a meeting or something else. But yeah, generally in the common packs, they're not going to be announcing those in the future. They probably are going to be generally dropping them about twice a week, I think is what their originally they had said their kind of goal was. Originally, actually, their goal was to always have a ability to buy a common pack available, and that was quickly something that they realized that wasn't going to work because there was just too much demand and too much value in the packs that people would, they would just get bought out instantly, even allowing for people to buy, people were buying at one point probably hundreds of packs because you could make money on them. Like there was, it's not like buying a pack, of cards at the Walmart or whatever. And, you know, 95% of the time you get like stuff that's not worth anything, right? Because they make so many of them and whatever. And they just don't make, they're not making enough of these right now that the value has diminished lower than what the packs are worth. So either they have to raise the price of the packs or they have to make significantly more of the moments whereby the value of most of the moments aren't worth much, or they continue to do it the way that they're doing it, which I think is where they're going with it, which is basically they're going to do their drops. They're going to be like whatever 25,000, 50,000 available, and people will get into a queue. You'll get a random place in the queue when it opens up for purchases, and if you are in the top X, whatever, however many packs they have, then you get a pack. If you're not, then you don't. And so it's kind of a random chance. And so generally, I think that's what's going to happen is most people are like for most pack drops, you're only going to get a chance at one pack. And you may not get that one pack, in the future when there's hundreds of thousands of people on the platform. And if they continue to only drop 50,000 packs or whatever on a drop, then yeah, your chances are going to continue to go down and down on being able to get that one pack that you might get, right? So I think that's the direction they're going. They're going to continue to keep the kind of scarcity so that a lot of these things continue to have some value. But I mean, there's even now with it being as scarce as it is, there's still a good amount of players that are worth are being sold for like $2, which if you sold all three of your players for $2 from a pack, you lost money, right? You lost $3 on the pack. But generally you're not doing that. Like I've gotten a few packs actually that common packs where actually they were all like $2 to $3, but that's pretty rare. Like right now, like you usually get somebody that's at least worth $5 to $6. Yeah, it was 42,000. Was close to 3 hours. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. Yeah, it does create more demand. We'll see. I mean, things are kind of constantly evolving with this platform and like how they're approaching different things and stuff like that. So, I don't know how they're going to do it, in a couple of weeks or a month or whatever. They may decide that they're going to, do something different. They've tried out a few different methods for delivery. They tried a first come, first serve. They tried out this random order. They've tried out just opening it up and letting people hit a buy button and you just go kind of thing. And the queue system, the random queue system seems to be the most fair. It doesn't let people who want to buy a bunch of packs buy those packs, unfortunately. Like, I mean, I was fortunate enough to try to do some of those early on and be able to like spam the buy button and actually get a few transactions to go, got like 5 packs at times. But you know, that's also painful too because their system was very like unresponsive at times because everybody's slamming it at the same time, and there's just like a lot of stuff to deal with there. And mostly the bots, I think, were one of the big problems why they stopped that process because it does lend itself to being exploited by bots and having a bot go buy you know hundreds or thousands of packs or something like that, and then everybody else gets screwed, kind of deal. So they have to deal with those kinds of security issues. But anyways, I think that there's some value in here if you want to look through some of these guys. The other ones that to consider if you've got a bit more money to spend, I would go and look in Series 1, because I think that there's still some value in Series 1 to be had. I'm currently, let's see here. I'll just show you some of the ones that I'm invested in. So right now, Lou is one of my investments. I've got both his rare moment and his common moments. Let's just go see where he's at right now. He's on an upward trajectory. Okay, low ask is 80 for him. Still, I think a good price. I think, yeah, you can kind of get an idea, like looking at the top 1,000 or so, where the prices are at, where a moment can go up to, and I think if you explore these listings a bit, 80 goes to 85, 87, 80. When you see this, where there's not like a whole bunch listed, like if there was like 100, like 100 of these listed at 80, like that would be concerning, of like, okay, there's a big wall to get through at 80 before it can go up in value. But like really only the bottom 5 or 6 need to sell to get it to 90, and then another 4 to get it to 100. Like this, can quickly go up in value. 100 to 120, so I could see this thing creep, overnight jumping up to like $150 in value or something like that, with the bottom part of this getting sucked up. So, and that's what happens, like you buy something one day, you go to bed, and then in the morning it's like, what happened? It just doubled or tripled in value. I went to bed last night, I bought a bunch of what did I buy? Let's go back to my collection and we'll look. I had a whole bunch of Giannis. I think I had 6 of him, and all but this top. So I posted him for 150, or 149, because I have the serial number 387 of him. But I bought them all between, I think, I want to say $20 to $60 yesterday. Like the highest serial number ones were $20, and the lowest serial number, this one, was I think $60, if I'm not mistaken. You can see, actually, yeah, $60. And they all sold. I just basically bought them all. I reposted them for 3x whatever I paid, and I went to bed. And then the next day, all of them had sold except for this one. And we'll see if he goes limited edition, which was why I was buying him, is the chance that he might go limited edition. If he goes limited edition, I'll probably delist this and list it for higher. But I did the same thing. Joel, Durant, and yeah, all of these guys, actually, I did the same thing with. And I only have a few left of each one of them. So you can kind of do that. Just look for values in the market where you think that a guy's not. Yeah, Pickle. Yeah, Pickles. I think he got banned. He was a bot. He's a bot guy. Yeah, so you can do basically look for guys that that you feel like are maybe like good players that are lagging behind the rest of the marketplace trend. That's kind of what I was looking for. Is like I was looking to see, okay, well, what's the trend right now? LeBron's blown up. He went up like 2-3x value in just a matter of hours. Curry was going up. Everybody, like all of these, like name players were going up. I was like, okay, we're probably getting a bunch of new traffic in. There's all this speculation on who's going to be going LE and stuff like that. And even before that news came out that they were going to turn some of these 15,000s into LEs, I thought Giannis at 20, but all of these, Joel, Durant was at, I think, 40-ish at the time, but the rest of these guys were all at 20, around 20-ish, in the teens, high teens to 20-ish. Like, they all are great players. They're all like studs. They're all like, I think, not quite following the trend that the rest of the studs have started to follow, right? Like, it had this upward trajectory. And so that's why I bought all of these guys around the 20. And then what I usually will do is I'll buy most of like the cheap bottom of the serial numbers just to get a bunch of inventory that's like, around the low end of the low price. And then I'll buy, like, if there's a good deal on somebody that's a nice serial number, like sub 1,000, if it's a big group like this, or like sub 200 if it's like a more limited edition, or if it's like a rare set like this, like you want a top 100. But I'll look for a good deal in that mix and see if I can pay a little bit more for that, and then post it at a higher value, because there's a different set of people who buy the moments that are high. They want high serial moments, right? Or the low serial moments. That I think those are different people, different collectors than the ones that are just buying players individually at the lowest price that they're available just to have them. So, anyways, that's a strategy that I use pretty often right now, and it's been pretty successful in just building a bankroll and quickly turning that over, which gives you some money to afford some of the more expensive plays and stuff like that. Like, here's a play right now that I'm invested in. Let's see if it's still okay. Yeah, there's probably still availability. Okay, look, here's a great example. Okay, I bought this guy. What did I buy him at? $419. And right now there's one guy left at $489. The next lowest price guy is $625. Okay, whoever gets this 489 guy is the last person that's going to get a Jared Allen at the $400 range before his low selling price is in the 600s. And then I think it's going to probably go even higher. I feel like all these 600s are going to sell the 625, the 687, even some of these low 700s. I could see this easily jumping into the 800s, like overnight, like with him. With the news with Drummond getting benched, possible trades on the horizon, all of these things that are happening, he's getting the start. Like, he's the future center here. That, like, I think that his price right now is lagging behind the kind of the news and the play and stuff like that. Everybody's focused on all of these other rookies and such right now. But this is his first moment. Series 1, first moment, metallic gold. You can get them in the 400s. It's still a very reasonable like price in general for players in in this metallic gold series of season 1. So this is, I think, like, this is a kind of example of something that you look for when you're looking for like a value. Like, if I probably had a little bit more money in my account, how to verify your ID. I don't know why that's showing a little red dot next to it. I have to go check that out afterwards. I don't need to probably put that on YouTube, but anyway, so oops, I've got an alarm going off. So this is something that you look for, is like, something that's maybe lagging behind, like either what's going on in active games or the news or something like that. But advantages to or things to take advantage of where you think like, okay, in a week or even a month or whatever, like, or even by like the playoffs or something like that, like, is this, is this guy gonna like start to go up in value because there's like more interest in him or more demand because, he's getting more play time or he's in the playoffs or whatever it is. Like those all have factors in, I think, the current valuation of individual players. And some of these things I think are good, like quick flip, week to week kind of things. And some of them are good, like longer term strategies on buy and hold. Like I want to buy like LeBrons and stuff like that to own, right, as part of my collection. I'm not necessarily that interested in flipping LeBron, but like I will do it if I think that like I can make a quick buck, and I feel like he's being overvalued and he'll come back down, then I might do it. But like right now, I'm really tempted to. Where's it at? Let's go. Let's go take a look at Luca here. I mean, what the hell? 40. I mean, this is ridiculous. I don't know who would have thought this. Um, he was a reward for doing the first Cool Cats challenge, right? Where you had to collect 5 Cool Cats, and you got Luca. And I think a lot of people thought that he would probably come out and be worth somewhere in the, one to $1,500 range, something like that. And a lot of people sold him like immediately after they got him, as low as like 600 or 700 bucks. I think is about the lowest I saw. And yeah, he's at 4,700 now, which is crazy. But like I'm like, holy crap, do I sell him? Like I had told myself, I was like, man, if he hit 5,000, I have to really seriously think about selling him and getting out of the whole Cool Cats business totally. But I don't know. I think that still staying in it through till the end of the Master Challenge is worth it for the ball at the end. He's probably going to be worth 10K plus. So even though this Luke is probably going to go significantly down in value, once that happens, once that challenge is over. But I don't know, it's pretty tempting. I know a lot of people that are speculating right now that it's a bunch of whales, guys that have a bunch of money that are buying these up. And you can look through the list here. This is like a way to look through who owns each serial number of the moment. So like if you want to see where they're all at, there's probably even some here that are okay, no, actually, no, that these are all rewards, so they're not going to be any impacts. But if you look at one that was distributed in packs, they'll show you ones that are like serial numbers, like 72 or something like that. It's still in a pack if it's in an unopened pack. Like right now, I have a Cool Cat pack. It may have not a Luca in it, but it may have a LeBron or a Melo or whatever in it. But anyways, you can kind of go down this list and you can see if there's anybody who like owns a bunch of them, you know. But I think there's some speculation that there are a group of or several individuals who are buying up a lot of stock of here to make sure that the reward at the end of the master challenge is going to be significantly less than this number. So I guess we'll see if that ends up coming to pass or not. I'm sure it will be less than this number. How much less, I'm not sure, but um, this is a tempting number to sell at, though. That's for sure. Well, guys, I'm really kind of disappointed that we can't do our pack opening. I really would have hoped that spending all this time on the on the chat, we would have actually gotten lucky and had an opportunity to open it. But yeah, we're still stuck there. Well, I hope I gave some tips that might be helpful if you get into it. If you guys if anybody in the chat ends up PayPal ready 200 for that Cool Cat Pack. Yeah, no, I'm not selling it. Sorry. Yeah, I know there's some people in our group that have sold them for 200 bucks actually. I guess that's like maybe the going rate for these guys, but no, I like opening packs. I mean, that's half of the fun. I love buying packs here and like in the physical world too, and opening them and seeing what you get. Like that for me is like one of the biggest draws to the whole platform is the pack opening thing. So I don't think I'll ever sell a pack unless I just got a bunch. Actually, early on, I did sell a few packs, but I only did that because some of my friends wanted them and they didn't get them in the drop, and I ended up having like 5 or 6 of them. So it was just nice, and I sold it to them at cost. But the um, I sorry, I just got distracted. Anyways, yeah, I don't have any interest in selling this pack or really any other packs in the future that I'll probably end up buying. But I will sell you the Cool Cat that I get out of the pack if you want it. Um, Otherwise, I'll put it on the marketplace. But I'm kind of interested less in the Cool Cat that I get and more in the commons that I get. I'm still hoping to pull like some kind of epic pull from one of these. The best I've gotten is Anthony Edwards in a drop. Well, I got a LeBron, but Anthony Edwards is probably the highest value guy that I got. I mean, in like a non-legendary pack, obviously, as a common drop. But I'm still hopeful for even better ones in the future. So we'll see. But I guess I'm going to wrap it up. If you guys are new here, I don't know it, Jason. I'm not. You're the only one really chatting here for the most part. But if you guys aren't part of the DFS Army, we do daily fantasy, mostly covering daily fantasy and stuff. This is kind of a new venture. I'm mostly involved during the football season, but I'll do some other, I'll do NBA and NASCAR and MMA and stuff like that as well. But I'm most heavily involved content creation wise during the NFL season. But I thought I'd do some podcasts on this because this has caught my attention most recently, and I'm all in on this. So I'll be doing some more content on this. This pod was not supposed to go this long, but I figured we'd take up the time with something since we can't open a pack and buy anything. But you got the John Wall Cool Cat, yeah. What do you need? Trying to trade for a Cole Anthony. I don't think I have a Cole. Hold on. Let's turn this stupid thing off. Okay. Yeah, so but if you're new to the channel, check out DFS Army. We do a lot of daily fantasy sports content and stuff like that. Our guys are great. They cover all the sports. And if that's not your thing or whatever, you're just here for Top Shot, then cool, hit me up. Leave your Discord username or your Topshot username, and I'll gift you a moment or something like that. If you're not signed up, go sign up on the platform. I mean, take a look around, check it out. Like, you don't have to buy anything necessarily, but maybe when they do the next common pack drop, you get a buy. That's the easiest way to get involved. Buy a pack is the cheapest way. Buy a pack. Maybe you get super lucky and you pull something amazing, and then it's going to suck you in. I tell you, it definitely will. That's what happened with me. I was like, bought a pack, and I was like, okay, I'm all in. Let's do this. So, anyways, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. But if you want, leave your info in the chat, and I'll hit you up offline and get you started. And otherwise, keep a subscribe or put an alert on the channel, on the DFS Army channel, and so you know when we're dropping new content for NBA Top Shot. All right, guys, peace out. See ya.